Okay, any other questions? What other questions do you
So
have?
is there a calendar, is a calendar strictly something to look at?
No. Okay, the calendar to look at is right here. It's on every single page. Click.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and by default, I show 3 months at a time. If that bothers you, you just physically come up here and you switch it. And you're like, oh, I just wanted February. Change the view.
Okay.
Click. So it kind of just tells you, this is the quick look at calendar. Like
Yeah.
meaning like, I just need to know a date.
Okay.
Not a reminder or a this or that. But there are other permissions, and to get into elements of time, we would actually have to assign some permissions.
Okay.
If you want to do that, we can do that. You're running the ship. Where would you like to go?
I don't know, is there anything else I need to know?
That's a loaded question. Well, why don't you look
So
over this?
time cards could be for employees, but they also, because I know you and I brainstormed one time about when I do sewing, I time myself in, then I time myself out, and then at the end I look for time. So I could do my own personal time card.
Your own personal time card would be an element of time.
It would be an element of time
Okay.
too.
A time card, look how close it is to users and payroll and expenses, and that's
So
actually
them giving it to
technically,
me.
yeah.
Okay.
that's technically, those kind of time cards are there. But
Okay.
if we needed a different kind of time card, we could go to elements of time.
Okay.
Do you want to play?
I don't know, does anybody else have a question?
I think we're doing great. We're kind of catering to you right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You get the rest of the class.
You're a student vibe.
Yes.
Okay, would you like to do some time stuff?
Yeah, just show me. I don't necessarily have to do, oh, sorry, I don't have permission.
No problem. Check it out.
User.
Perfect. We're going to go to users and we're going to turn on some permissions. So I'm going to do my own personal one as well so I can come along with you. You pick yours.
I don't know, what do I do?
See more. Pick on yourself.
Oh, I'm already there.
Oh,
I'm just-
So this is actually super funny, just what you just said right there. Oh, I'm already there. There's often times we're doing tech support or whatever. Get to the PO homepage and let me know when you're there. Oh, I'm already there. Oh, okay. Like, sometimes these users, once they learn how to do it, they're snappy. Like I can actually technically tell them, and they're a step or two right ahead of me. They're like, okay, that's what I thought I was supposed to do. And that, like,
Yeah.
once they learn it, they're fast. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna scroll down. The first thing we're gonna do is into the system search. We're gonna turn on elements of time. This is not alphabetic, so just kind of scroll down till you find it. Time. Kind of right towards the end of that section.
Okay.
Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to skip all of the system basics. So just kind of scroll past it. No problem. Get to the next big bold bar. System time and request.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to turn on the green one at the top. Basic elements of time. We're going to skip the next one and we're going to turn on the red one, the admin elements of time.
So really honest, every time we have an element of time, if we want to change it, we better be getting the admin for it too.
Okay, no. Basic elements of time. I'm going to show you, but you got to think cookie cutters. Okay.
Okay.
What happened with elements of time, and if I can just explain it for a second, is we had needs, and companies have needs, and we're like, wow. Some people like a calendar. Some people like to do appointments. Some people like reminders. Some people like to do bookings and reservations and rentals and and you want to track time individually for a client, and like it no longer fit in a perfect little thing. So we're like, well, heck, why don't we let the people decide what they want, and then we'll let them turn on the settings. You're going to virtually be turning on settings. Do I need out time, or is it just an in date? Do I need this? Do I need this? Am I connecting clear to invoicing, or is it just a reminder? Like, we basically start saying, what are the functions and what are the types of time? So types of time deal with this: rentals, appointments. What's another type of time? One dimension, say a class roster,
Service.
yeah, hours that you're working for somebody. These are types of time, okay? Then we also said, what's a function of time? We can invoice, we can tie to customers, we can tie to vendors, we can tie to locations, we can tie to...
We can do an in and out.
So what we do is we say types and functions. Why don't we say pick and choose, and then you'll get to create it. And that's what ends up being your cookie cutter. Once you get to create it, then you're basically like, okay, I created a client scheduling.
So my cookie cutter is like a template. I'm going to come back
It's
to it.
literally
Yeah.
called a master time template.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. these are the only 3 permissions we need. We turned on time in the systems, in the basic search area, and then these 2 admins. Let's go to the bottom of the page, however you'd like to do that, and edit yourself. Okay, I'm going to probably just click on the home link, and if I'm on the map, I'm going to click on elements of time.
Okay.
Okay, automatically I came up to the calendar view. I'm showing you a month, and I have a whole bunch of different options. Currently, I don't really have a whole lot here, but can I show you some cool stuff? There's some quick links that will take exactly what I have right here, calendar. So here's what the calendar looks like, pretty basic, right? Not a big deal. I can go to time slot view, which basically says, here's a whole week at a glance, or whatever it has.
So if you're making appointments.
Correct. If I have grouped, currently won't show me anything, but here's a whole month without any data. It basically says, hey, I don't have anything, okay? Or details, which basically says, what is the ID, the name, the color, the caption, the start date. Like as soon as we add stuff, it'll make more sense because you'll see it start filling the stuff up. Where we're gonna go first off, and this is just the one-time add-in, or as many times as you need to add the new piece, you click on this little link right here. View, add, edit, master time templates. Click. So the first one we get is a thing we call default template, okay? So this is basically Adilas saying, hey, we created this corporation. Eventually you're probably gonna need to use time. I have no clue what you're gonna want to do with it, what type, and what functions. And so we're like, here's just an element of time, okay? So this is the first cookie cutter called default template. Everybody gets this by default. What I was gonna do is let's go like this. Go ahead and click on edit. Okay? Now, this particular one has a number of different things. I'm actually gonna, I think that this help file has a little image on it, just to kind of give you this little, my daughter Abby drew this one, okay? So, here's what we got. Think of a time template as a cookie cutter for time objects. The cookie cutter, okay? Down here, once the template is set up by you, you can use it over and over again. You're gonna be invoicing countless clients, but you're going to create one master time template that says, basically, hey, this is work that I did for you. That's your type and functions that you're going to create to make a master. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit back for just a second. I just wanted to show you that little graphic. We're currently in edit mode. Okay, I'm in edit mode. I can tell that also by scrolling way down to the bottom if I want to edit template. Okay. Here's your choices. You get to name this thing. What would you like? First off, we're sitting here like, what do I want to do? I go to paper. What do you do for your job? Like, how would you like to track time? How do you use time? What's your type?
Well, if I had a class, would I use it for a class?
Great.
Or would I use it for probably consultations?
Great. Okay, that's 2 different ones, okay? Because they have different needs, different types, different functions.
Right.
Okay? So that's already 2 templates that we would want to set up. What else do you do that deals with time?
Well, I would assume that if you're making tinctures, you need to know how much time it is so that you can get a labor cost involved in the cost that it's costing you.
Okay, okay. So maybe you're going to need something that's even smaller, like actually like kind of like a custom little work time type thing or something. Okay, great, great. So I'm seeing 3 templates that we're going to need to set up already.
Okay.
Does that make sense why we call them cookie cutters?
Yeah.
Because they have different needs. You can assign different colors, they're under different names, and eventually they're basically even searchable. So like say you start mixing all of these along your calendar and you're like, whew, that's pretty busy. I just want to see what I have in my consultations. You just filter the records, and all of a sudden in your calendar, you're only seeing the consultations.
So it's going to be a visual thing on my calendar that shows where it is.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because every single thing has to at least hit a date.
Okay.
For it to happen. So this is the first one. Which of those 3 would you like to do?
Let's do consultation.
Okay, so basically if I was doing it, I would go like this. I'm changing the default name. It was called default template to consultation. Consultations. Okay? This is a default caption. You can leave it blank, but basically if you add it, you can even add like, if you have preset things like, hey, this is your beginner visit. Like, there's some ways you can tweak this out. Like, I'm gonna just leave it blank, so we'll have to fill it in every time when we make it.
Okay.
So, you have to have a start date. Do you want a start time?
Well, if you have consultation, you'd have to have a
Okay.
start time.
Do you want an end date?
No,
Do you want an end time?
probably.
Okay, you're probably gonna need to have an end date if you need an end time.
Okay,
Okay,
sounds good.
do you need a target date? I'd say no for a consultation.
Yeah.
Okay? So here's what we're doing. We're building this template. And literally, you have to think of types and functions. And then we're gonna mix and blend them, and then that's what's gonna actually create that master template.
So what I'm looking for is what's going to actually appear.
Which fields do you want to use for your element of time called consultation?
Okay,
Okay, so we have start date, end date, we're gonna skip that one. Probably doesn't need a priority, okay? Probably doesn't need a done switch. Okay, that's more of like a to-do list type thing, okay? Do you need invoicing and quoting settings? Are we gonna actually bill for time?
yes,
Perfect, perfect. You're gonna probably want a general amount. And you're probably gonna use a time total, so, because we have a beginning and ending, so it's gonna kind of help us out there.
Okay.
Now, you're gonna be assigned, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and you're probably gonna need to assign a customer, correct?
yes.
For a consultation.
Definitely.
We don't need a vendor, we're not currently doing vendor consultations.
Okay,
And a location, probably not so much,
Right.
unless you have special spots you're going to, and that's built into your model.
okay,
Okay, and budget, we're not worried about budget. What this means is sometimes when you have time, say you were doing a production run, okay, that's technically an element of time. Hey, our goal is 500, and then what did we actually get? Oh, we actually exceeded it, wow, cool, or oh, we fell short. So basically, depending on what your types or functions of time are, you say, yep, nope, yep, and then you just kind of click through it type thing, okay?
okay.
So we're going down here. What's your default color you want for consultation? And you can change this on the fly. This is just a default.
Sure, let's leave it green.
Green? Okay, perfect. Are you doing hours or minutes, or are you going clear down to seconds?
No, probably hours and minutes.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, and I'd highly recommend that, but we do code clear down if you want. Okay, we're going to say active. We're going to come down, and for consultations, let's actually just. I would say that what you probably want to do is actually maybe just some sub comments if you wanted it. Okay. So what this is that you're starting to play Legos. These are getting into what we call your functions of time. These are things that are add-ons, above and beyond. If you don't want them at all, you don't have to use them at all. So basically what that would be is, watch this right here. Create an element of time, assign a customer. This is all it is. It starts running on this deal. If you want some other pieces, say if you said, hey, I want a sub of time, or I want additional comments, this gets created, and then later on somebody else wants to comment, and somebody else wants to comment, and somebody else wants to comment. Like, those are additional comments, like above and beyond the main right here, okay? Once you learn what the main is, you might be like, I need that or I don't, and you can go back and add it. But all these other pieces are literally like Legos. What goes on to this master template, okay? Your functions and your types of time. Okay, so if I were you, I would basically say, I don't think I need the action logs. And the action logs are right here like it says, sub-actions like start, stop, in process, pending, completed. So a consultation visit, most likely will be this. Jimmy shows up, we talk for an hour, it ends, okay? So I would say no. The sub-dates and times, you probably don't need this. This is great for like classes and events and stuff like this. So say you have one master element of time, and then you have all these little subs that happen, like
Yeah, training that goes for 3 days.
whatever. Yeah, that type of thing. Okay, but you probably will use sub-comments possibly. And I would just say a sub-comment date. We're not really worried about the time. It's just like, hey, on June 31st, I said this as well. I added that to this.
They called me on the phone and asked about it.
It's just an extra add-on if you wanted to continue doing it. You could almost virtually do like a mini forum in this way as well. Create the element of time. Hey, what do you guys think of this idea? Well, I think this, and I think this, and I think this, and I think this. These are sub-elements of time that are time. It could be set up like a mini forum type thing, okay? Some of these ones are coming in round 2. They're currently grayed out. I can't use them right now. sign-offs, subtracting, payroll options, reminders, and this sub-assignments. This is going to be awesome when we get this one done. That's going to be coming in round 2 of Elements of Time. So I'm going to say edit the template. So currently I have a thing called consultations. If I wanted to create a new element of time, take a look at this right here. Here's what we told that we wanted to possibly use. Okay? We have a caption, we have start dates, end dates, total times, general amounts, invoice quote settings, assigned to, some different things. This is just the way that I get to add it, and then once it actually creates its entity, it'll then be right on the calendar. Should I go ahead and add one?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so consultation. Pretend like I'm your client. What are you consulting about?
Your allergies.
My allergies. So
Your hay fever, Brandon's hay fever, their allergies.
Brandon's hay fever. When are we doing this exactly? Today?
Sure.
Okay. And how long is it going to go for?
An hour. But I wouldn't have to put it, I mean, that's what I've assigned it for, then is there an actual later on?
What's that?
If I assigned you an hour thing, but ended up going an hour and a half, could I go back and change
You
it?
would just change it.
Okay, all right.
Piece of cake. Piece of cake. So I'm going to have it auto-calculate when that total time was going to be due. And if I didn't know, watch this. I could even go like this.
Okay,
Hey, I'm going to start, and we're just going to start at 10 or
Okay.
whatever it's going to be, and we'll go from there. I'll just leave it like that right now. I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to leave. It's currently, I'm the one who's assigning it. If I wanted to, I could say, hey, this is assigned to you if you're working in a multiplayer environment.
okay.
And then as far as this search, watch this. I think that I'm actually in here, okay? I'm going to say, hey, go help me find more. Green. And then what are we talking? This is your spot. If you want to, you can add as many notes as you want.
Okay,
And if you wanted to just leave it at the start, hey, this is Brandon's hay fever stuff, it could be that simple. You don't have to add anything here.
okay.
Okay. So there's also there's options for private and admin and that type of stuff. We'll just say add the element of time. Click. Oh, guess what? I'm currently working with element of time number 1, and I did a customer search for you because you told me to help look for more. Whoop. Assign him to that time piece, please. Click. I'm now in working with time in the line item section. I'm in time ID number 1, so that's the new ID number, okay? I'm green. It's assigned to Brandon. Here's a bunch of links out to Brandon, okay, in case you have your flex grid with allergies or whatever is going on for Brandon. Here's where it's assigned. Here's where there's all this kind of stuff. Watch this. I'm going to go totally out of here, okay? We have an element of time now.
Okay.
I'm going to go home, and if I go elements of time, this is the calendar. I'm going to scroll down. Boom. We just
okay.
created something for today.
Cool.
So these little links are pretty cool right here. Say we had something for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to, this is just a general ad. So watch this. Click, goes right to the ad form. Okay?
Okay,
If I want to do it a little different ad form, and I already know, what's the time tomorrow that you have something? Just in general, pretend it's another consultation.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Watch this. If I click on the time thing, I can actually preset it and be like, what else do I have? Slash,
Okay,
here we go. It's at 10. Okay?
okay.
Now, once I'm here to this point, I can be like, okay, talking to someone. Okay? It's at 10 o'clock on the 22nd. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm going to come down, and who is the customer on this one? Or are they even in my system? Say I don't even know them yet. Not sure. Just called. Okay? You see the difference between these pieces right here? The customer assignment. Do I know an ID number? Like that's detailed. You gotta really know. And most people don't know that. Eventually, if I assign it, I'll know that ID number. But we help you look it up.
Okay.
Is it general? Open entry. Wonton, animal chin. You know, whatever you needed to do. Okay. Help me do a search, and this is actually it would help you do that. How would you like to do it? You want general or a real life search?
We do general. That's
Okay,
it.
great. So I'm just going to kind of put not sure for now. What color would you like? The default is green. You set it up as the template, okay?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it all being the same color.
Perfect,
The
perfect.
consultations were all the same color.
Perfect, perfect. That's no problem. You can actually create your own little system like that, okay? Any notes?
New patient.
New patient, perfect. So that probably will flag you that eventually when he comes in, you're gonna need to set up some stuff. So right here, where it says not sure, you might even put new patient there as well, okay?
Okay.
Or something, but basically like, oh, just as a flag for you, something's
Yeah.
going on. Boom, we add this element of time. Because it didn't do a search, we didn't tell it to do a search, it went right to the element of time. The last one, it says, hey, I'll help you look for more, and we found me.
Okay,
Okay, so now you have two elements of time. This one has ID number 2.
okay.
It has a whole bunch of these little pieces, and you're currently, that's technically your element of time.
Cool,
Okay.
yeah.
So if I were to go to the elements of time homepage, this might start making a little bit more sense.
It's
Okay.
right in my calendar.
Boop, boop, boop. Here's talking to someone, start, customer, I'm not sure. Okay? Like, that's what you told it to say. And if you want more details, you click on the physical item, the ID number of it. Click, and you'll go right into this particular thing. This is called working with time. This is like the line items page. If you
Okay.
physically wanted a printable version of it, kind of clean it up a little bit, that's the printable.
Okay.
Once I have time, I can now search time. There's tons of quick searches, tons of options, and you can even say time, enter a date. What have I
So
got
if
on the
somebody
date?
calls and says, I know I've got an appointment, but I can't remember when, then you can just put
You
in.
can type a name, you can go
Okay.
to elements of time, there's tons of different ways you
Okay.
can find and search this thing, okay?
Cool.
Tons. Now, what I wanted to show you is some of those different group views, okay? So right here, we were currently on here. If I want, say I had a whole bunch of them for this particular day,
Uh-huh.
if I click on my time slot view of this day, it now puts it perfectly into
Oh,
where it needs to be. So say I had another one at 10:30, and I'll just plunk something in here real quick. We're gonna just leave some of these different little pieces, come all the way down, and say I'm even gonna skip the customer, and I'm just gonna say add it, boom, okay? If I hit, I'm just gonna kind of go back to right where I was, and if I hit refresh on this page, I now have a couple different things that's gonna show you your calendar as far as like, what's my time slot view of that particular page.
Can you write right in there instead of clicking on the time and then going to that other place? Can you
No,
just-
no, because technically it could be stacked. Like watch this. Say I added another one in here, and this is just for a demo, okay? Demo, same time period. Just for fun, add that in. Just so I can kind of come back here just real quick and I hit refresh. It technically will start stacking.
Okay.
Okay.
Depending on what you have going on. Okay, at any point in time, if I want to dip into these things, I can dip into them. So I've shown you a little bit of calendar, a little bit of time slot. Time slot is pretty slick. Watch this. If I go back to the calendar and say I wanted to see an entire week of my time slots, where have I got where? Okay, for Thursday, I've got this and this, and one down here. For Friday, I've got this. Like you're able to, you can make this thing expand and contract to wherever you want to go. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. So right here, watch this. If I clicked on grouped, we had clicked on this before, it didn't have anything. If I clicked on group, all of a sudden I have a few things starting to show up. Okay. It's a different view of looking at
I
it.
see, okay, yeah.
And it says, hey, I've got 3 consultations that are going to happen on Thursday the 21st. If I wanted to click on them, I technically click on them. Now I'm into a detail view, okay? Like, you can drill down into all of this type of stuff.
Cool.
You get to control elements of time. We've only created one master time template called consultations, okay? A couple of them we assigned to real customers, a couple of them we didn't.
Yeah.
When you're finally done, you can go back and edit, you can do all kinds of stuff. If you wanted another kind of time template, you'd say, hey, I'm an admin user, I'm gonna go create a whole new master time template. Okay? Say it was like a quick note, just a reminder, like pick up Mikkel. You know? So watch how easy that could be. Can I show you that real quick?
Sure. And how long will this hold it for? So in other words, will it hold for a whole year? So I can go back and look at a whole year, or once it goes past it, does it disappear?
It will hold it for as long as it exists.
Okay.
Forever. Okay?
Okay.
All data is live and searchable. Well, what happens is that technically helps tell the story if you ever want to go back in time.
Cool.
But in real life, we keep helping you roll ahead. So you're always currently on the current month, you're on that type of a rolling.
But I can always go back and search.
Oh yeah, you can go back and search it. The capability to search it is amazing. Like watch this. Time up here thing. Do you remember any of the things that we did under notes? I'm just gonna quick say, I'm popping through here real quick to, this is some of the ways that you can search time. Okay, I had one that had just for fun. Pretend I didn't know that, but I knew that I had a keyword in there. Time, fun, whoop. It'll actually pull me my data. This thing searches all over the place inside of time. Like you're able to, once you learn how to use the time quick search, you can bounce. If I wanted to, I could even enter a date here like this. 2/22, go, what have I got? Oh, tomorrow I've got a consultation, 10 o'clock. Looks like, I'm not exactly sure, it must be a new client. Let me just check this out real quick. New patient. Like, you can bounce all over the place, okay? You can do jump dates. If somebody comes in and you're like, hey, I need to set up a thing. I'm looking at today, and they're like, hey, I need an appointment in 2 weeks. You actually have little things that help you to jump to 2 weeks in advance so that you can look at what you have already scheduled.
Okay.
There's some cool things. You're going to want to have files in the elements of time. Okay?
I have so many help files to read. Oh, yeah.
I hear you. But basically it's that, or you hire a consultant, or you get in there and play a little bit.
Yeah.
We haven't even touched the help files. We're bouncing around. Once you know what to do, you don't have to read those help files again and again and again. It's kind of like a manual.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to show you, and I know it's kind of getting late, are you guys okay if I do a quick
You're
element of
okay.
time?
Yeah.
I want to show you how simple it can be, like a reminder, okay?
Don't mind
Because when we
going.
pulled up all this stuff, it had invoicing and quoting, and we didn't even get to show you how you actually get the bill for this time and turn it in and turn it into the cart and all this kind of stuff. It's all available, okay? You can literally bill for this and attach to invoices and quotes, and you can bill it right out of the
Good thing I know
system.
somebody who knows Adilas that lives nearby.
Absolutely. You have a local rep, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so just so you can kind of see where I'm going to do this, I'm going to go to Elements of Time homepage. Because I'm an admin user, I'm going to click on Add Edit Master Time Templates. I currently have one called Consultation. I'm going to say I want a new one, okay? And we're going to call this,
Appointments.
no, this is going to be a quickie, okay?
Okay.
Just for fun, maybe I'm
Okay.
going to call it a quickie. Okay, I need a start date, maybe a start time, and I want a color, and I don't want this or that, and that's it. Quick. Okay, time, new, keyword, bam, go. What kind do you want? I want a quickie. Go get it. Bam. This is all I have to fill out. Pick up Markel. And what time is this at? This is at 6:30 p.m. on today's date. And do I want a color? Yes, let's go blue. Bam. Okay, so this is a teeny element of time. Okay, but if I go back to my Elements of Time homepage, okay, it now expanded because I now have a little quickie.
Okay.
Okay, it's the exact same thing, but when I click on it, it's quick and dirty. Okay, so if I wanted to add another one, say for, give me a date, doesn't matter if back or forward.
The 24th.
24th of this month?
Yep.
Okay, I happen to know what you're going to say.
Birthday.
And this is going to be for the 24th.
Yeah.
And I'm not even really worried about time. If I wanted to, I can change it. Say I said 8 a.m. And I can even go flip. I didn't select a color, so it's currently unassigned. But now, bam, bam, bam. I just put in a calendar event. Okay.
Cool.
So if I go to my calendar right here, and I scroll down to the 24th,
Okay.
bam, Shan's birthday. It doesn't have any color blocks in front of it because I didn't select one.
Okay.
But if you wanted to, that's pretty quick. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But what we did is you can see that your consulting one was like, I need to tie it to customers, I need to tie it to invoicing, functions and types of time, and you mix and blend depending on what you need. Guess what? We've only created 2 little master time templates. How else do you use time? Like you could, like that's the power of it.
Yeah.
Here's what happened was we were like, well, what do most people want? Well, they could want a to-do list. Well, they could want to rent something. Well, they could want to, like, it got so diverse, we're like, okay,
We
they're
gotta
gonna,
do something different.
they're gonna
Yeah.
have to build it themselves, and then they call
Yeah.
it themselves, and then they automatically get to add or edit this functionality.
Yeah,
So if I needed to add something to this basic thing, say I was like, you know what, I really like the default color. All of my other stuff is green, but I'd like my quick reminders to be pink. Watch how quick it is to edit this, okay? It's not retroactive, but it's all forward active. I come back to the master edit time templates.
uh-huh.
Quickie, I say edit. I come down to the very, very bottom where it says select the default color, and I say you are gonna be pink, okay? And now I come down to the bottom, I'm not making any other changes, edit the template. And now if I wanted to do a new element of time, and you can do this for wherever you want it, when I do a quickie, guess what's gonna happen to that color?
It's gonna be pink.
Bam, pink, okay, automatic. I need a T on it. Automatic. Okay, you can put any sort of notes you want into. These are searchable. So, I'm going to hit enter. Okay, just for fun, what it does is it actually keeps in the same organization that I entered it. I added some extra line
Oh,
items.
okay.
Okay, so right here, if I go to search for this particular time element, TH this, what do we have under that? It's a quickie, it's called automatic. If I can't see the notes, I can even hit refine search. I want to add the notes, maybe take off any of these other pieces that I don't really want, I don't want to target. Come back down, resubmit the report. Bam, there's my notes right there if I wanted to read it. Okay? There are so many ways around the fence. That's elements of time. It's one of the key players, and we let you set it up. Like, if you thought the flex grid was flexible, this is flexible. But the flex grid can actually run on top of this as well, which adds a whole nother layer to it.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, if you say dynamic, we say we'll play.
Folks.
Cool. So let's call it good for tonight, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you.